Welcome back to another episode of Tales from the Trash Can. I am your host, Big Daddy Cold Steel, coming at you with the jawbone of a Greek god and the voice of an angel. And today, we're going to be taking a look at another pair of gloves, and these are the Mechanix Wear ColdWork Peak gloves. And as far as cold weather gloves go, these are probably the best gloves I have ever owned for a few reasons. Now, I've used these. Okay, so this is not an unboxing, you guys. I use these dramatically to shovel with. And I want to go over a couple of the features which propel these gloves over some of the other shit liquor gloves that are out there for way more money. Way more money than these gloves. I spent about $30, I think, on the Mechanix website. There was a pair that was more money, but they're sold out, you guys. Oh man, it's really hard to get any kind of a glove in the winter, obviously, because everybody's fucking buying gloves in the winter, so there's not a whole lot of surplus going on. But getting back to this glove, what I like about it is that it's actually as waterproof as they say it is. Okay, so I have yet to get wet. These are double stitch seams. All right, by the way, I fucking bought these. So anybody that thinks that I get these things for free, well, you would be right. Well, no, in most cases, you would be wrong. But some things I do get for free, but in general, I buy almost everything that I review, unless it's something that's, say, broken, and they send me something for free as a replacement, and then I'll review that. But in this case, I just didn't have any winter gloves. So I said, well, I can go out to the ski shop, and I can buy some super expensive $100 snowboarding gloves. But snowboarding gloves are for fucking snowboarding. And I do like work related stuff outside. So I need gloves that are waterproof. So let's get into this again here. At least attempt to get into it. What I like is that it's very, very reinforced where it needs to be. And it's loose and flexible where it doesn't. So in the cuff, you have an extended cuff here that will go up into your jacket, and you can also actually buckle this down. And I recommend that you do buckle this down, because if you don't, the glove has a tendency to try and like wander away from your palm. Now, if you're holding a shovel in your hand, that's not gonna happen. But I do recommend that you pull this little sucker tight if you're outside working. Of course, if you're working near machinery, that would be fucking dangerous, because if you get your hand caught in the meat grinder, you're never getting out of there, and then you're gonna die. So we don't wanna do that, but buckle's super helpful and does help keep a lot of the heat in. But as you can see from the wrist, it's very flexible in the wrist. You have an awesome, like, double reinforced palm with this crazy material that I don't even know what this shit is. It's like almost bulletproof fucking material. You cannot access your phone with these gloves. Not like my other Mechanix gloves that I have. I've actually tried to do it. Doesn't fucking work, whatever. I don't know if on the website it says you can. Maybe that was the whole point of this, but I didn't really have a good time with it. So if you're supposed to be able to do it, whatever, didn't really work for me. So the next thing is this, like, in the crotch of your hand, okay? Got this crotch part of your hand, and it's reinforced like in triplicate. So you have this crazy material here, this like ripstop nylon, and they have one layer of this super awesome, I don't know what it is. It's not like leather. It's just, it's like rough rubberized material, which is pretty freaking awesome. And then you have, again, this padding thing in the back, which is made out of that same material, but it's even more bulky padding, so you don't like bust your knuckles on anything. $30, guys. I mean, damn. These things were incredible. And I did stick my hand in a bucket of ice water just to test it out, and I did get wet. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that, but I shoveled with them. And I have some pictures of me sticking my hands in the snow for an extended period of time, because I wanted to see if the heat would radiate out from the glove and then melt the snow on the outside and soak through, because this is like nylon, but they didn't get wet. So even though these two fingers are just like ripstop nylon, and this is like that rubberized secret concoction, I'm telling you, the glove did not get wet. I didn't do the cuff. I just did the palms and in here where you usually get it. Like you'll get it always, almost every glove in the history of the galaxy, you'll get wet right in through here because when you're working with a shovel, maybe over time, as the seams open up, yes, you'll start taking moisture. So if you own these gloves over a week or a month and you say, this guy's full of shit because my hands were fucking soaked, well, that's because the seams opened up. I mean, there's not a lot you can do about that. But for a $30 glove, it's got all this crazy rubberized, whatever the fuck, armor on it. Pretty damned amazing. And I'm a big fan of gloves, protect your hand, and I'm a big fan of not throwing tools while you're using or like slipping with the shovel and looking like an idiot, and you're not gonna do that. These are super grippy. Biggest complaint, okay, this is Tales from the Trash Can. We have to fucking complain about something because life would not be fucking complete, you guys, if we just didn't fucking complain about something. And here it fucking goes. I would have really appreciated if they would have pre-gripped this glove a wee bit fucking more. Okay, because we all know that Cold Steel is the best and most famous professional hockey player the world's ever seen. And when you wear hockey gloves, the fingers come kind of pre-curled like this. It's so annoying to use a lot of energy in your hand, okay, like this. So when you're trying to curl your hand, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want like pressure on your fingers doing this with a glove. That's actually fucking annoying and it tires out your hand over time. So you want the glove to kind of help you out a wee bit and kind of be already curled in this position since this is a work glove and you're generally, you know, since you have opposable thumbs, hopefully, you're going to be working in a gripping position. It's actually easier if they just pre-curl the glove a little bit for you. There is a little bit of a curl, right? I don't know if you can kind of see, there you go. So that's a little better angle. So you can see they already put a tiny bit of curl, but they needed to go ahead in the fingers and kind of like notch them out a tiny, tiny bit more. Might be better if I put the other glove on for this, because you'll see it's not that like pre-curled, I guess. I don't know what you fucking call that. And then again, this like notch part in here could have been a little more notchy. So if you're gonna hold like fucking whatever, like a tool handle, it's just a little bit of, it's a little funky. And I guess that would break in a little bit, but that is my biggest fucking bitch about these gloves, is that I wished instead of them being like this, they might have been like this out of the box. And that sounds like a slight difference. But listen, man, for all you guys that work hard, you're outside working all day, you're like a working guy, man, your hands do get fucking tired and you lose circulation in your fingers if you're constantly having to fucking go like this. Whereas with your normal hand, that takes no effort to just go like that. But in this glove, you already have to use energy starting to squeeze a tiny bit more. And that is fucking why hockey gloves are already pre-curled. Now, if you've ever worn hockey gloves, you know that you can catch pucks in them. You can open up your hands like as wide as this, but you don't need to go post, whatever the fuck that's called, like hyperextension. You don't need to ever hyperextend your hand like this. So that's kind of a useless feature for a glove to be able to do, which you cannot do with a hockey glove. With a hockey glove, the most you can open up your hand is about like that. And that's about all you fucking need in a winter glove. So the fact that you can hyperextend these means that they should have pre-curled them a little bit more, maybe put a little more padding in the back of the glove, something like that. But look, minor fucking complaints. They're fucking waterproof as fuck. So far, so good, man. I've had them about 3 weeks, and the lighting should be a lot better, and the color should be a lot fucking better, so you can get a gander at these super fucking awesome Mechanix Wear ColdWork Peak gloves. Go out and buy a fucking pair of these, especially if you buy them off the link in the bottom of my fucking channel. That'd be great. so I don't have to go back to being fucking homeless again, selling fucking gloves on the street like some kind of fucking bum. So click the link at the bottom of the description of my fucking channel. Grab a pair of these gloves, 30 bucks, and be sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you like this video, and if you didn't, do it anyway because I fucking told you to. This is Big Daddy Cold Steel with the Mechanix Wear Cold Work Peak gloves, signing out.